Hey, how you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show. And in my previous video, I was showing you my old Collins R-388, and I had forgotten some of the characteristics of it. So I got out my receivers past and present book. This is Communications Receivers from 1942 to 1997. This is the third edition of this book. And we're going to look up that Collins radio and maybe some other ones. So let me zoom in here a little bit. And find the right button. There we go. And we're going to look up Collins. Collins. And maybe we can't find that exact radio. Let me see if there is. No, there's no R-388. It went by several numbers, depending on who paid for it and how much they were willing to pay. I think this, there it is, right there. So let me move the book around here, and then I'll zoom in some more. You probably still can't read it even when I go full zoom. It's full zoom. But this is it. It has, let's see. Its coverage is 540 kilohertz to 30.5 megahertz. And let's see anything else. The modes are AM, CW, and MCW. I'm sure one of those stands for short wave. It's got a ton of tubes in it, of which I'm really amazed that they're all working in that old. I was trying to find something. Says the R-388A, which is what I have, which has mechanical filters, which do a better job, plus they're much more expensive, was built for the Navy as the 51J4. Well, maybe they don't have one. Oh, here we go. Manufactured starting in 1951 through 1962. So 51 2001 is 15 years plus, 50 years plus 16 more, 56 years. So that's potentially 56 years old, potentially. I thought it was going to be older than me, but nothing is older than me except dirt. Used, these run from $210 to $380, probably even more now because this book is several years old. What else? Anything else exciting about this? That's about it. Audio output is 1.5 watts at either 4 ohms or 600 ohms. I believe the speaker I have it hooked up to is a 400 ohm speaker. And that's about it. Designed for a rack mount. Yep, mine's designed for rack mount. I don't know if you can see in this picture, but this back of this thing slopes down. And then on the bottom, there's a metal roller on each side for it to roll in and out of a rack. And then, of course, it's got these handles to pull it in and out of the rack, plus these mounting spots that fit in a standard commercial or military rack. And these were said the other model, the 51J-4, was built for the Navy. So that's where it was used in the military. It was used by the Navy. It's a triple conversion heterodyne receiver with 18 tubes. 18 tubes and about 30 pounds of transformers. So that's the radio I showed you. We can look at other Collins radios that I might have. Let's see. Probably going the wrong direction. Here's a 75A-2. I don't think I have that one. I do have the 75A-4. That's up in my office. Again, It was placed there probably 20, 25 years ago, and now it's too big to move. So there it sits. Let's see what else that I have. I have several Collins radios, probably maybe a half a dozen. Oh, I have this one here. Well, actually, it's this one down here. This is the R-390. I have one of those. It has a mechanical digital readout of the frequency right here. Don't think you can see it too well because I'm zooming as far as I can. That one I know needs tuning. To tune these things is really laborious because it has so many stages, I'll call it, for each of the bands. And each one of those band stages has to be tuned. I do have a friend over in Tampa that collects and repairs these, and he's told me that it takes many hours to tune one of these things. I think, let's see if I can find another one I have. No, that's it. That's all it's in this book that I have. So those are the Collins radios I've got. Another large number of radios I've got are Helicrafters. Again, these are older and they're very heavy, is what I'm trying to say. I got some Hammerlins. Let's see if I can find my Hammerlin. I've got a 600. Let's see, here it is. I've got this 600 right here. Wait. It's another 40 or 50 pounds. Has 20 tubes. Very unique. I have access to it, but I don't have a webcam that I can get to it with. I'd have to use my old crummy camcorder, it's almost 15 years old. I was trying to see if it had a weight here, because I know that thing is heavy. Anyway, this was a pretty spectacular radio too. My friend Jim up in Canada, he's got one of these and he's got it tuned up. He repairs radios and tunes them up. You can check out his channel. Okay, let's see. That was the end of the Hammerlins. Let me see. I was looking for here we go, Helicrafter. Let's see if I can find any that I have. I've had several of the years, but when I was first collecting shortwave radios, I basically traded radios because I didn't have that much money, so I was, trading one radio for another. I do have this one still. I think I did a show on that one. This is the SX110. I have that one. And I used to have the SX, let's see, did I pass it? 100. Yeah, here's the 100. I used to have that. This is 42 pounds, and it's big. It's really big. Mine wasn't that good, so I think I traded for this one, because this was in good shape. Mine was not. Actually, I think this is a better radio, but I don't know. Maybe not. I think that's about it. I've been trying to find one of these for a reasonable price, SX71. I had a neighbor, I say neighbor, he lived about 6 blocks from me. And he was a collector of these old radios. And he had a bunch of helicopter radios, Helicrafter radios. And I tried to bargain him out of some of the radios, but he wouldn't. He gave me one that, it wasn't a Helicrafter, it was something else. It wasn't that great a radio. But none of his good radios was I able to get a hold of. So that's about it. I'm trying to think of any other massive radios. I got some other big radios I don't even remember what they were. See if I can just see if I can find one just real quick like here. Probably can't. I did have an RME. I think it was, let me see if I can find it. I don't remember the model number, but it looks similar to this one here, which is the 4350. I think, of course, I've got a bunch of, not a bunch, but I got several of the Radio Shack Realistics. I've got the 160, the 200, the 302. Radical was an exceptional radio. It was very expensive, mostly used in commercial work, and I don't know if it was used in military or not. Some of the models, I believe, were. National, I think I've only had one national radio, and I'm specifically talking about these big mammoth radios today. Kenwood, I had an R1000, but a particular one I had a terrible drift problem, so I sold it instead of trying to modify it, fix that. I almost bought an R2000, no, it was R5000, but I did some reviews on it, and it had problems with the computer or the microcontroller going bad, and so I just shied away from it. I think that's about all I wanted to show you. Yeah, that's about all I want to show you. But anyway, so that's my big radio that I showed you, the big Collins R-388. Again, this is a great book to have if you're into these old radios. Lots of information about lots of radios. And at the time it was published, which, let's see whether this was published. Well, it was signed by Alan Johnson in 1998, so that tells you how old it is. This was a signed copy that I got off of, I think I got it off of Amazon through one of their book sellers. So anyway, that's the show. If you enjoyed the show, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.